Welcome to the Global Interview. Thank you for listening. This is where you can keep up to date with all the latest news and information direct from leading creatives, leaders, and thinkers. We can help to keep you right up to date with all the latest information from interesting people who make a real difference in this globally connected world. You can find out more about the show at theglobalinterview.com. Enjoy the episode.
Gina London, CEO, at Language of Leadership, Limited. Gina London is a globally recognized leadership communications expert. With clients in 5 continents, she represents some of the top companies and executives in the world. An Emmy-winning former CNN correspondent and anchor, Gina brings her passion for people and helping leaders tell their stories better to whatever event she is privileged to be a part of. She is an internationally recognized high-energy speaker, facilitator and premier strategic communications expert based in Ireland. Her Fortune 500 clients include SAP, McKesson, Merck, Pernod-Ricard, Deloitte, Daimler, JP Morgan and the United States Department of State. In addition, Gina provides interactive and motivational keynote speeches on the power of communicating with purpose. She has facilitated or compèred hundreds of events, like the 2018 International Children's Peace Prize in Cape Town, South Africa. She brings her network interview skills when she profiles top leaders like Ford Executive Chairman Bill Ford Jr., a global CEO, Mark Weinberger, Huffington Post CEO, Jared Groost and Nobel Peace Prize winners Oscar Ayas and Archbishop Desmond Tutu. In humanitarian roles, Gina is the continuing chair for UNICEF's International Council, leading events at the United Nations in New York at Innocenti and Florence, Italy. Gina also worked with the first Iraqi women running for parliament, women's civil rights leaders in the Persian Gulf, and issues activists in Ghana, Egypt, Tunisia, Cambodia, Indonesia, Macedonia, and Romania. A published author and regular news analyst on radio and TV, Gina also currently writes the weekly business leadership column for Ireland's largest newspaper, the Sunday Independent, titled The Communicator. She has featured in a wide range of global media outlets including New Zealand, Newstalk ZB, Italy, Le Notizie, La Repubblica, Nigeria, The Nation, Your View, TVC, Channels TV, Romania, In Business Today, Egypt, The Rose, UK, BBC, US, CNN, Fox News, The Orlando Sentinel, The Denver Post, and Fast Company. Who do you most admire? Different people for different reasons. John Maxwell, Incorporated magazine named him the world's #1 expert on leadership. He's built a global empire on positive leadership, written dozens of books and continues to speak at sold-out conferences well into his 70s. Michelle Obama, because she is a terrific balance of leadership, credibility and warmth. Stephen Colbert, host of the American talk show, The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, because with my addiction to US politics and the appeal of his wit, there is not a day that goes by that I don't turn to him for my fix. And finally, Kate McKinnon, because she is a comedic genius and I secretly wish I could be her. What companies you think are getting it right? Right now, I'm doing a lot of work with a range of global executives at Salesforce, and as such, I'm struck by the culture they are collectively working hard to create and cultivate. They have clear paths for progression for employees, they actively support and promote diversity and inclusion, and they give a large annual stipend to each employee to invest in their own professional development. I believe Salesforce goes a long way in commitment to the well-being of their people. I'm also fortunate to be working with some top executives at WorkHuman, a multinational company dedicated to promoting gratitude in the workplace. If that isn't a company you can be thankful for, I can't imagine what is. What is the best advice you ever received? Invest in yourself. What drives or motivates you every day? When I work with a client, and they have that light bulb moment from modifying their behavior and evoking a more positive reaction from their team or colleagues, that's extremely gratifying. But for me personally, I always feel charged and ready if I've gotten up early and hit the gym. I have a personal trainer 3 times a week, and I try to do at least 30 minutes of cardio on the other days. What are your thoughts on social media? I am convinced it's necessary for every business professional to be active on at least one platform to demonstrate relevancy and transparency. Employees, especially millennials, Want to know the people behind the companies?
For me, it's LinkedIn and Instagram at the moment.
Do you have a mentor or do you mentor anyone?
Mentoring and reverse mentoring are essential. I actively mentor at least one person every year.
And yes, I am grateful for the experience, guidance and recommendations of a number of people I consider mentors.
How do you network? I'm committed to expanding my circles constantly.
I love going to events, not only as a speaker or facilitator but also to meet great new people. Nothing beats in person, but I have had great success by networking online as well. I am proud to say that I landed multiple clients and nearly 3 years of solid communications consulting work in Lagos, Nigeria, through a business relationship that began on Twitter. True story.
How did you get in this line of work?
How would you recommend someone else get in this line of work? The only way to be a globally recognized executive communications trainer and advisor is to have had successful experience as a global communicator, right? So, my career path began when I began writing and telling global stories, first as a reporter for a major newspaper in the US and then as a television correspondent and anchor for global powerhouse CNN. I interviewed a princess, a pope and 3 presidents in addition to delivering hundreds of thousands of stories before millions of viewers.
Later I managed strategies for campaigns all over the world.
I trained the first women running for parliament in Iraq, opposition party leaders in Egypt and ran the first immunization awareness campaign in Cambodia. Now, with corporations, I am humbled to help some of the top leaders in Fortune 500 companies better connect with themselves, their people and their teams. What do you wish you had known when you started? I wish I had realized that no matter what the title, most executives are just real people with kids who get on their nerves, spouses or partners who can frustrate them, with cars that break down, with weight they want to lose, etc. Seeing successful people as just people will reduce your fear of reaching out to them. At least, as a kid from a tiny, backwater town in Indiana where everything seemed so much grander than where I came from, that's something that I had to learn to overcome.
What's the most common reason for people failing or giving up? Lack of support or encouragement. When we feel isolated or alone, we can shut down.
That's why getting a positive coach or mentor or someone who is committed to your success is so important, no matter what is your goal. What are you most proud of?
I'm proud of making a difference in the lives of people. My mission is simple: I want to help successful people adapt positive, lasting communications and behavior skills and strategies to help them better connect with themselves and others. How do you define success? Success is ongoing.
It's setting a goal and then achieving it. Lifelong commitment to bettering yourself and the world around you.
Determination to be kind. What are the unique skills that have helped you become successful? Growing up in farmland Indiana, I was a kid who was curious about the world around me. I read voraciously.
I cultivated that curiosity into my interview techniques and my writing and speaking abilities. I'm convinced that anyone can develop their own natural traits into the skills they desire.
This is the crux of the growth mindset.
What valuable lessons have you learned so far that you want to share?
Ask more questions about people. Cultivate your interest in the world and its people. Travel more. Say yes. Is there anything you are working on that you would like to share?
Yes. Most of my clients say they like communicators who are authentic.
But that word can also be an excuse for not growing. We need to unlearn, learn and relearn.
So, I am writing a book to teach exactly that.
I'm calling it, Developing Authenticity. How to get it right in a swipe left world. Where's your favorite place? Arezzo, Italy. In the heart of Tuscany, where my daughter and I lived for 3 years. We have friends there who are like family. What's your hobby?
Playing piano, drawing and painting, gardening, flowers, not veggies, although I do love to eat them.
Best holiday of choice? I adore Christmas.
The lights, the music, the carols, the spirit. What are you not very good at and what are you good at?
I'm not good at scheduling and organizing my day.
I cannot imagine life without my amazing business coordinator Dorota. Seriously.
I'm good at connecting with people. I love 99.9% of the human race.
From the local coffee shop to a large conference in a major metropolitan city to a tiny village in Romania, I love meeting new people.
Which words do you overuse?
Awesome. Social media platform of choice?
LinkedIn. Hands down. When are you happiest? Visiting someplace new.
Favorite writer?
Neil Gaiman.
What living person do you most admire?
My mother, Sheila.
After my pilot dad died in a plane crash when I was only 11, she taught me what determination, persistence and perseverance mean. Is there any positive phrase or quote that you would like to share with the audience?
One is my own. We are always communicating, either by default or by design. Gina London.
I also like from Oscar Wilde. Man is least himself when he talks in his own person. Give him a mask, and he will tell you the truth.
Thank you for listening to this interview on The Global Interview. You can join the Global Interview newsletter at theglobalinterview.com.
Thank you for listening to this episode from The Global Interview. We appreciate your support. If you would like to find out more, please visit theglobalinterview.com.